Thank you for visiting the channel. Today we're going to go on a tour of some of our most influential celebrities to come out of the Bronx. We have J-Lo, we have Fat Joe, and we have Romeo Santos. Enjoy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to go check out J-Lo's house. Imagine J-Lo from the block being right here. I mean, one thing I gotta respect about J-Lo is that she made a song, Jenny from the Block, and she says that she used to have a little, but now she has a lot. And she's not lying. She could have been lying and said she didn't have anything. But as you can see that nice big backyard. It's a nice little block here. You can see a dual garage. I mean, for it being in the Bronx, even in the 80s, all you had was this one little strip on Black Rock, which you had to come in from the service area of the highway. Like literally, you couldn't bring no cars in here unless you came up around, but never from Castle Hill. So that's Castle Hill right there, the one she's always claiming, which is true. She is from Castle Hill. I mean, she's literally about 50 feet from Castle Hill. But going back to her house, she got the nice yard where she probably practiced all her moves to be a fly girl. She had her nice little basement. She had her nice little attic. It could have been worse. She could have been down from the strip all the way down Castle Hill in the projects. Well, yeah, J-Lo actually has footage where she walks in front of the house and somebody actually comes out of there. And she told them that she used to live there and the person had no clue who she was. She even said her name, Jennifer Lopez. And he's like, who? Jennifer Lopez? You? Don't know. Anyway, nevertheless, man, it's a really nice house. I'm surprised it's not more of an exclusive as it is. I mean, this is legendary. It's across the street from a nice school. As you can see there, PS 36. Above all else, I would have to say that she had a pretty darn good childhood. You know what would be really wild? If I can get to actual J-Lo's bedroom. But that's a little bit more spooky-ish. But let's get to the next one.
Other notable figures out of the Castle Hill area is Remy Ma, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Kerry Washington.
There's no such thing as a lone block when it comes to artists or the artistic measures that is coming out of these neighborhoods, right? So, not only was Romeo Santos from Vice Avenue, but so was Lord Tariq, and Peter Guns, and Corey Guns. And if you want to throw a side wrench, right here we got what's called the Common Point, which used to be the Boys and Girls Club. This is where a famous gang war was stopped. All right, at one time in the 70s, around 1971, there was a big gang war here in the Bronx. And it's not the gangs like we know like today. These are like street gangs. These are like the Warriors movies type of thing, you know what I mean? So that was real monumental for that. You know, a lot of good was done in that Boys and Girls Club as it was meant to unify the streets. And ever since then, hip-hop has taken over. So next up, we got our Bronx legend, Romeo Santos from the group Aventura. What's special about this mural is that he lives around the corner, one block up to the left, which is where I'm going now. But this is our next legend. Well deserved, Romeo. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 1687 Vice Avenue. This is exactly the building that Romeo Santos was raised in. And there is actually a interview with him, being interviewed like right here in this corner, right here. This is where it all began for Mr. Romeo, man. All right? And you can see this block. Very nice, family orientated, but it is extremely long as hell. And if you got any problems in this block, I'm gonna tell you, it's a long run home. But yeah, nevertheless, man, great neighborhood, great building. He doesn't have to worry about this block anymore, that's for sure, I'll tell you.
And next up, as we make our way from north to south, and one zip code over, is Fat Joe's old stomping grounds, Forest Projects.
So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys can see it from this angle or how far you can see, but if you can see that castle-like structure over there, we used to call that Castle Grayskull, aka Morris High School, which is the oldest high school and the first high school in the Bronx. But anyway, right here we got 1000 Trinity Avenue, and this is the birthplace, the home place of Fat Joe. You can see interviews of him walking through clearly with the 1000 sign here. All right. So you can see Fat Joe right here, sitting on these steps, on these stoop. And that's what it is, man. 1000 Fat Joe's crib. Again, like I said before, man, no artist is a lone artist out here in these neighborhoods, because where there's one, there is many. And out of the Forest Projects has came Coco from SWV, King Son, Diamond D, Lil Finesse. These are top memorable guys that was raised in these projects. Alright, and this is before Fat Joe. And look at how much of a building Morris Park is, Morris High School is. I mean, we talking about something that was built in the 1800s. That's crazy. That is insane, my man. Come on. You will never see any other high school like this ever in your life. No building, no structures. We talking about over 100 years of excellence. This school is amazing. Look how beautiful it is. Big shout out, man, if you went to Morris High School. On the comments. Better yet, what high school did you go to in the Bronx? Look at that. Having problems on Forest Projects only meant that you was gonna run into another project right next to it.
As I was gonna wrap it up, because of this immense heat, I remembered this one more location that I wanted to share with you guys. And this is more like a bonus feature if you made it this far in the video.
All right, I got a very special location for you because, to be honest, I just found this out myself a couple of days ago when on June 24th, 2025, there was a little ceremony that went on. Usually when somebody big and influential to an area has a street dedicated to them, it comes with a ceremony. So here we got Bryan Avenue and Hector Lavoe Way, which just became Hector Lavoe Way as of June 24, 2025. Those who knows Hector Lavoe's history knows that his music will forever live on, kind of like Michael Jackson. So apparently, in 1963, when Hector Lavoe was only 16 years old, he had came from Puerto Rico to live with his sister. And this is where he came. His first rootings in New York was right here. Now, if you can see, this courtyard is pretty big. This is an old school building, man. This is old school architecture here. For those who don't know, the addiction to opioids in the 60s and 70s had to do with the Vietnam War. Those soldiers that was coming back, that was getting morphined up and all of that, and had the extra pain medications, they was bringing those looming addictions back with them. And that's how New York City became like a capital of heroin back in the 60s. Hector Lavoe died from the complications of HIV. And like I always say, where there's one artist, there's another one. We talking about 1963 here, but a little bit more recent. Like, let's just say from the 90s up to today, down the block is where Candela rested his head. Candela's from this neighborhood, and you can see these Puerto Rican flags all the way down these neighborhoods. They're here to honor them, you know. Candela had one of the most distinctive voices in Latin American pop culture. So shout out, rest in peace to him. Again, Westchester Avenue in Bryan, Hector Lavoe. And another known figure that was one of the first big time dealers of my generation is the one and only Chicky Poo. Chicky Poo is also from this building here. So if you know, you know. Not for nothing, but my favorite part of the video is when I'm returning, bro. When I'm getting on that highway express, bro, like, yo, y'all don't know the feeling, man. Yo, I don't mean to be bike jocking, you know what I mean? Or whatever it's called. But yo, bro, you gotta at least one time in your life, bro. Even if it's not a permanent thing, at least make it your obligation to learn how to ride a motorcycle, bro. Listen, it's never too late. You know what I mean? I learned how to ride motorcycles really, really late. I've always been a late bloomer. But at least one time in your life, give it a try, man. Don't ever give up. Don't ever be intimidated. Don't listen to the stories, because if you just follow all the guidelines of the road, everything should be safe for you, man. There should be no reason, man, for anything to go wrong. Even if some jackass driver is in the wrong, just follow the rules and you'll be in a situation where you can maneuver yourself out of it with no or minimum damage to you. One of the first things I'm going to say off the muscle is that I really like the presentation. But oh man, look at this. Look at this cheese. I mean, it smells amazing. Look at that meatball. That bread looks good. Oh my God, I'm going to have fun with this. Let me tell you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back. If you haven't already, please hit the subscription button and let's get right to it.
Oh my God, am I glad to be back. I thought I would never see you guys again. Couple of complications I had along the way. One being I forgot my information. That's why it's important to mark down your emails and your passcodes somewhere real safe. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am on the Morris Park section of the Bronx. I am on my way to eat these famous TikTok sandwiches in this place called G&R Deli. Now, I usually never follow the TikTok trend, but when I see it constantly coming up on my feed, I know it's something to reckon with. Ha 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 ha! It's a nice afternoon here in the Bronx. As you can see, it's a school day, and we're all around this biatch. So now I'm on my way to 1928 Williamsbridge Road in the Bronx to find this famous Italian ice cream cone, which is basically a meatball sub.
Yes, you heard that right. An Italian ice cream cone. I mean, this place has gotten a lot of reviews on TikTok and on social media. And finally, I'm here to see for myself.
Oh yeah. I must say, the people in there are extremely friendly, man. Real funny, too. I was getting my balls busted in there from these old Italian guys. I had to laugh. He said that I was driving a Peugeot. I was dying. I had to laugh though, man. Real cool people in there. Extremely nice. Very nice customers. I mean, hey, you can't ask for better service. But for now, let's go somewhere and let's try out these sandwiches, man. Even though I can see the bread being a problem, if you keep it dead too long, it'll probably get soggy on you. But oh man, look at this. Look at this cheese. I mean, it smells amazing. Look at that meatball. That bread looks good. Oh my God, I'm gonna have fun with this. Let me tell you. See that? This is called the Italian ice cream cone at G&R Deli, located at 1928 Williamsbridge Road in the Bronx. And I am wild right now because the presentation is dope. The only takeaways that I got from the sandwich is that it's extremely messy. All right? There's sauce pouring everywhere, which is a good thing. But I got it on myself, and I don't like that. Oh my God, was that a sandwich? Oh man, let me tell you, I am not disappointed, man. The meatball tastes good. The sauce is excellent. The bread is crispy. But there's one thing that I must warn you about. When you have too much steamed food with the bread, you gotta eat it right away or the bread will get soggy on you. All right, so that's my only takeaway from it. But the actual sandwich, the actual vertical sandwich in which they call the Italian ice cream cone, it is amazing. I mean, the texture of it, even the packaging of it. You know, I showed you guys what that is. But one thing I can say is that almost immediately I was covered in the sauce. Yeah, it's very messy. So where you been? Now next up we have the Godfather sandwich. And let me tell you, I ate the whole entire ice cream cone thing. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now this is the sandwich. Oh wow. This might be a little bit more than I asked for. But nevertheless, this is amazing. Let me try it out. Very meaty. And that mozzarella, oh my God, it's everything. That fresh mozzarella, when they actually make it there, it's amazing. Man, I'll tell you one thing, man. When it comes to Italian food, if you got any kind of GERD or acid indigestion problems, please take your medications before, because these sandwiches are no joke. Let me tell you guys something, man. By now, you can pretty much figure out that I'm a foodie based on all the weight that I've gained throughout this past year, okay? You don't got to put it in the comments, I know. But what you can put in the comments is, what's the location of your favorite spot out here in New York or even the Bronx? You guys got anything? Leave it in the comment. Let me know what is your favorite thing and what should I try next. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be a food vlog channel, but I am telling you that I do like to eat. And I like to eat good. And I like to eat different. Yeah, the weather's getting good. Woo! The scenery is getting green, bro. I mean, yo, what else you want, bro? Come on. Come on. Woo-hoo! I don't care what state you're in, bro. Whenever that heat hits, yeah, it's party time, baby. These buses are tricky. So when you guys are out there driving this summer, always be aware for these bad boys and be aware of those bad boys there, especially them. They're all over the place and they're not by choice, man. They're trying to make a living. They really are, man. They're our top delivery guys in New York City. So when you see those scooters, respect them, man, like you would your own family. Welcome, you guys. If you guys stuck around to the end of the last video, this bonus feature is for you. Today what we have is a little tour of the Graffiti Wall of Fame of Boone Street in the Bronx. And today I am focusing on characters. In the graffiti world, characters is what makes the difference between an artist and a vandal. this right here gotta be one of the favorite ones, because this, if you guys don't remember, is from the movie They Live, starring Roddy Piper.
When a writer has the ability to draw characters, that's what sets him apart from any other artist or self-proclaimed vandal. Of course, an artist can do throw-ups, little pieces, and burners, but when you have the ability to create characters, that's what automatically sets you apart from any other artist. When I resort to Google and I asked them who was the first graffiti person ever, and of course, besides the Egyptian and the cavemen, there was this guy called Cornbread, who's like the first serial tagger from Philly in the 60s. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. As you know, summer just got here, so I got a couple of things prepped up. More adventures, more camping, more wild cooking, more roads. You know, I'm just covering right now, you know, a little urban life that I go through every day. Things that I see every day on a daily basis. But you know, this is just the Bronx. This is just New York. This is just life for us, I guess.